As time goes on and your business evolves and grows, your original business name might not reflect what the business is or will become. So luckily, LLCs are much more understanding than your parents and will allow a name change. And today we are going to explore exactly that by discussing the process of an LLC name change, the legal requirements, and the steps involved in completing the process. Let's get to it. Do you need to change the LLC's legal name, or is a DBA just enough? Well, you can keep your existing LLC name and register a DBA. That means doing business as. This is also known as a fictitious business name or a trade name. This way means you can continue to do business under a different name without having to change your LLC's legal name. However, keep in mind that a DBA does not offer legal protection for the name, leaving the potential for another business to use the same name. But a DBA is cheaper and you can still create a new brand. So don't worry, your old name is not going away either with this. But if you decide to change the legal name itself, let's go ahead. Check the availability of the new name. So obviously, before you adopt a new name for your LLC, you need to make sure that that name is available. And since LLCs are formed at state level, you need to make sure that no other business in your state is using it. Otherwise, you could both have the same name and you won't look creative and smart. But more importantly, the state doesn't allow it. Most Secretary of State's websites offer an online tool to check the availability of business names, just like in Texas, they have the Taxable Entity Search, in Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, in Florida, they have the Entity Search, in Division of Corporation Records Database, and in California, they have Business Search in BizFile Online. Also, you should conduct a trademark search on the US Patent and Trademark Office's website to ensure your new name isn't infringing on any existing trademarks. For example, while you may be able to create McDonald's Software Technologies LLC in Texas, you might be infringing on their trademark and be forced to change. And again, I know you're creative and you're smart and you will think of something unique. Also, some businesses opt to do a domain search if they plan to create a website under the new name. This is just to see if anything is too close to the name, or maybe that name is extremely popular already. Basic name change process. Number 1, voting on the name change. If you have a multi-member LLC, the decision to change the LLC's name typically needs to be agreed by the members. This agreement is usually achieved by a vote, and the results should be documented with a written resolution. You should also refer to your LLC's operating agreement to see if it specifies the process for making a major decision like a name change. Filing an amendment to the Articles of Organization. Once you've picked your shiny new name and checked its availability, you'll need to formally request the name change with your state. This is usually done by filing an amendment to your Articles of Organization with your state's Secretary of State office. But remember, some states like California, Kansas, New York have a specific form just for this purpose. In that case, use them instead of general amendments to the Articles of Organization. State rules, yo! Number 3, updating the operating agreement. And if your LLC's operating agreement includes the LLC's name, which it most likely will, you'll want to update the agreement to reflect the new name. Like all other major decisions, this change should be documented and agreed upon by all members. Okay, let's move on to state-specific guidelines. So, you've guessed it, each state might have slightly different rules and procedures for changing an LLC's name. Why? Well, just because they do. For example, some states require you to have a particular suffix to your name, for example, LLC. And some states only allow you to do a name change online. However, most of the states don't require you to publish your new name in a local newspaper. So in general, there aren't many state-specific things that you need to do, as long as you make sure the name is available in the state and that you're following the LLC naming guidelines. Good news! Notifying relevant parties. The next thing you have to do is to notify all relevant parties of the name change. And maybe some pleasant small talk too, but that's up to you. This includes your clients, vendors, creditors, banks, and the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. And if your LLC has any licenses or permits, you will also need to update those with the new name. Updating all business records and assets. Okay, after your new LLC name has been approved, it's important to reflect the change across all your business records and assets. This includes updating your business bank accounts, business cards, letterheads, websites, social media. You get the idea. Spread your new name and show it off. Some costs involved. Sorry. But there will be some costs associated with changing your LLC's name. The fees to file an amendment to the Articles of Organization with your Secretary of State's office can vary from state to state. So here are just a few examples. In Delaware, it's $200 for a certificate of amendment. In Georgia, it's $20 for the Articles of Amendment to the Articles of Organization. In Iowa, it's $50 for an amendment to Certificate of Organization. In Louisiana, it's $150 for the Louisiana Amendment. And in Maryland, it's $100 for the Articles of Amendment. As you can see, it's different in each state. And if you've registered your new LLC's name as a trademark, there will be fees associated with changing that as well. Oh, and don't forget about the cost to update your business assets, like signage, websites, marketing materials, all with the new name. Oh, and you owe me $5. Just kidding. Wait for the name to be approved. I'm sure you guessed it, but changing an LLC's name doesn't just happen overnight. Once you've filed the necessary paperwork with your Secretary of State's office, it might take a few weeks to receive confirmation of the change. After that, you'll need time to update your business assets, notify relevant parties, and adjust your marketing efforts to reflect the new name. Being honest, you should plan for the entire process to take a couple of months at minimum. So, if you now think changing an LLC name might be a bit of overkill, you could just go with a new DBA. Or, if you want to fundamentally alter the identity of your business, a name change is the appropriate path. But if you want to just experiment with a new brand or segment of your business without altering your company's existing structure, the DBA might be a suitable choice. The choice is yours. Unsure of what to do next? Why not head on over to StartGlobal.co and see how our LLC packages can elevate your business to the next level. Anyway, I'll see you around. Bye.